What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we have the final battles for the Holiday Cup Great League Edition. As later today we're going to be getting the Master League and the Holiday Cup Ultra League Edition, which I'm excited to battle tomorrow. As most of you guys know, the rotation happens actually when I'm asleep, so we're going to be shoutcasting these battles submitted to the channel by Hayleaf88, Alolan Ninetales, Lantern, and Litleo with Incinerate. Alright, getting into the first battle, we have Alolan Ninetales versus Vigoroth here on the lead. Now, this is a Charm Alolan Ninetales as well, which definitely helps out in a lot of neutral situations, and especially does well against those Obstagoons, which we see on a lot of teams. Now, they're deciding to no-shield that first Body Slam. They definitely don't need to, as Weather Ball now is going to be coming through, and this is where we might see Vigoroth give up a shield. No, it decides to let it go, and they're going to go ahead and swap out now into Lantern to farm down. They might be reading something is weak in the back to Charm, so they want to save the Alolan Ninetales there, and sure enough, there's a Sableye in the back. Now, Lantern in this situation can still put a lot of pressure down, has access to Thunderbolt, Spark gains energy very quickly, which it is running Spark. Yeah, it is running the Spark. But Sableye, again in this situation, the foul play here is going to do quite a bit of damage, so the Lantern might be forced to shield. No, it was a return as well, so that is beautiful for the Sableye, but Alolan Ninetales now might be able to farm down. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and come in and farm down. Now, there is still that Vigoroth to deal with, which Litleo may not like. We do see a Froslass come in, so the Litleo now is going to come right out, and this is a very dangerous situation because the Incinerates are going to be doing a lot of damage. They can safely no-shield the Avalanche and just fully... No, okay, they are going to go for the Flame Charge. I thought they were just going to fully farm down with Incinerate, but it does make sense to start firing those off. Vigoroth does come in and gets farmed down, and now Litleo is going to be taking out the Frost. Maybe not. I think, yeah, they should be able to survive to do one more Incinerate right here. Incinerate being the fast move. It's going to be close. Yeah, they do get it. So Litleo sweeping right there. Thankfully, the Vigoroth was very low. Alright, we got Froslass now on the lead. So Charm Alolan Ninetales, this is where it comes in. They both swap out at the exact same time. And we do see a Vigoroth here against the Lantern. Now, Lantern does need to watch out for Bulldoze. It is that ground type move that does do super effective damage. But what's great is Bulldoze is honestly such a bad move. You don't necessarily have to shield because it's not going to one-shot. You can survive. But what they're wanting to do here is to put a lot more pressure on Vigoroth with Spark and Surf damage to try to get even shields. So let's see if that's going to be the case. Now, they may just want to completely take switch because Litleo with Incinerate does extremely well against Froslass, and they will get that switch advantage. So Litleo looking very strong now. We know there was a Froslass, and now there is an Alolan Ninetales, so Lantern is going to put pressure with that Thunderbolt, and it does get a shield, and Litleo is going to have a very, very fun time. They can come in with Alolan Ninetales here and just kind of go the Charm route, but instead they're just going to go straight for Litleo. The opponent swaps into Froslass, and look at those Incinerates. Granted, you guys saw that full damage. That was actually 2 Incinerates at once because the Alolan Ninetales swapped out, but that's going to be a good game. There is nothing the opponent can do. Yeah, it's game over right there. Litleo, very entertaining right now. Alright, we got Dunsparce here on the lead. So actually a really tough Pokemon to deal with. This thing can beat the whole team in a right situation. But in this case right here, Alolan Ninetales with 2 shields and Charm should be able to take it down. But thinking about the coverage, right, it has Drill Run and Rock Slide. That's fantastic against this whole lineup. But it also goes to show that just because it has coverage against the whole team doesn't necessarily mean it can beat the whole team because of just the raw damage and the team effort right here. So we're going to be seeing a no shield on this first Drill Run, and does a good amount of damage, but not enough to be extremely scary and force a shield, unlike maybe an Earthquake from Galarian Stunfisk. Now, Altaria does come in, and Lantern here is in a pretty good situation to maybe go for double Thunderbolt. Yeah, they do get a double right here. So this could, I mean, Altaria should probably be no-shielding this. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and no-shield it and look to farm down with Dragon Breath, but it's going to be dangerous. Oh, the Altaria pulls the trigger at the last second, and they're going to go ahead and let this go. The only way they really win this game is with shield advantage, which they already have. So they don't really want to give up a shield just to be able to farm down when the Dunsparce would come back in and farm down in the opposite way. So Dunsparce is going to come in and go ahead and throw the charge move, and this is a situation where you might just want to let this go, but they're deciding to shield the Rock Slide, and let's see what that final Pokemon is going to be as the Weather Ball is going to come through. If this gets a shield, they are extremely weak in the back. No, what's that final Pokemon? Oh, it's going to be another Froslass. Litleo is coming in clutch right here. Now, with the typing and typical moveset we see on Froslass, Powder Snow, Avalanche, and Shadow Ball, Litleo resists everything. The fire normal typing, this is a beautiful spicy counter to Froslass. So they're going to go ahead and no shield. Avalanche is definitely not going to do enough damage. Now, the second Avalanche will, so they can safely shield this. And that is going to be a good game very well. So that battle started off with a tough Dunsparce lead, but we did see a good team effort in order to take it down. All right, we got Altaria here on the lead. We see a safe swap into Alolan Ninetales, and in comes the Litleo. Again, resisting Charm, resisting Weather Ball. Does kind of need to watch out for the Psy Shocks, but ultimately it's not going to do too much damage, and they do get it. They just blow it up. Boom! See ya. Now, Litleo here with Crunch can still put in a lot of work. This is neutral damage now to Altaria, so we might just see a shield. They get the defense drop as well. Altaria cannot farm down. Litleo does get to another Crunch in time, and this is what Litleo is built for. Hard covering those Ice-type Pokemon that we see in the meta and putting shield pressure on the back end. So they're going to go ahead and throw the Sky Attack now to take out Litleo. Alolan Ninetales is going to come in right away, but Altaria did build up to 2 charge moves. Now they can safely let this go, and we'll have to see what that third Pokemon is going to be. And we do see a swap out into Shadow Victory Bell. They're going to go ahead and go for Weather Ball here to force the final shield. But it is now going to be a Lantern with 2 shields versus a Shadow Victory Bell. And I don't know if this is going to be winnable. If I'm being honest, I feel like Thunderbolt has to be thrown. Both are resisted, by the way. Surf and Thunderbolt. And Double Surf might just... Oh, man, this is going to be so close. I don't think it's going to happen. Can they get to another one in time? No, they cannot! The Shadow Victory Bell says, who cares? Who needs shields when you can just fast move down? All right, a complete reverse right there. But now we do see another Sableye here on the lead, and they will swap out into Dubwool. So they still have a decent answer in the back with Litleo to the Sableye because they're going to be resisting the Shadow Claws. But in this situation, the Alolan Ninetales needs to try to get themselves an advantage, and then we might see Lantern potentially come in right here. Yeah, they do get a shield, and in comes the Lantern. They need to make sure they save the Alolan Ninetales to face off against Sableye with Charm because it just does so much damage, and they can use Lantern kind of as a bulky Pokemon here to soak those charge moves without having to give up a shield to maintain switch advantage as they do land the Thunderbolt there. Sableye now coming back in can easily just go for a foul play to take out the Lantern, but they need to also be careful right here. What you're going to see is Switch Clock is not up yet. Yeah, it's not going to be up. Well, it should be up now when Alolan Ninetales comes back in. But it's something to note whenever you're playing to make sure you don't click on the Alolan Ninetales right away. At the top is the timer, and you want to make sure that that goes down enough so that if we do see a fast swap out, you can answer it. And in this case, it's going to be a Venusaur here in the back, which Litleo can obviously handle with Incinerate and Flame Charge. So they'll probably just be double shielding right here and taking down the Venusaur, and that's going to be a good game. So really hard coverages right there. The Dubwool was a tricky mid-game matchup, but ultimately they were able to handle it with charm damage, getting shield advantage, and swapping out into Lantern. Alright, so we got Dubwool here on the lead. Let's see what they decide to do. They're going to go ahead. Both are staying in. Now, a lot of Dubwools have been running payback from what I've noticed, especially for a lot of the ghosts that we see, Froslass being the main one, and not necessarily Wild Charge. But that was a beautiful swap into the Lantern by the opponent right there. And they may have to swap into their own Lantern to try to catch the charge move, but they're going to go ahead and opt to shield right here. Hopefully it is a Thunderbolt. No, it was a Surf shield bait, so they're going to go ahead and swap out now into their own Lantern. They can safely soak 1 Thunderbolt, but 2 is going to become very, very dangerous here, especially with the added spark damage. So they need to get this out of the way, and they do throw it at the correct time, which is perfect. This now puts pressure on the opponent Lantern. Are they going to shield? No. They're going to go ahead and let it go, and in comes a Froslass. So Litleo, once again, going to be having a very, very fun time, and I think that's why this team was kind of built, or why Litleo was used, is to just delete all the Froslass, which most people are running because it's just so strong. It's always been strong in the Holiday Cup. My personal favorite Pokemon to run to kind of counter that has been the Alolan Graveler, which you guys have seen me use a couple times. I absolutely love it. It's a very fun sweeping Pokemon, but we will see the Alolan Ninetales come in and charm down. They can easily let this go and let Litleo with Incinerate take over this game. Now, we do see the Froslass throw energy right away, which is good because, again, they can just let this go. Litleo will have the sweep here with Incinerate. And the opponent might surrender. Nope, they're still going. Okay. So maybe they aren't aware of how much damage Avalanche and Shadow Ball is going to do, unless this is foul play. No, it's going to be Avalanche. So yeah, Litleo is going to take this right here, but it's kind of what it's built for, right? It's to absolutely destroy the Froslass, the Alolan Ninetales, the Grass-type Pokemon. It has Crunch for a lot of neutral damage against the meta. It just needs to really watch out for stuff like Obstagoon and Vigoroth, which do run with counter. Alright, good game. Moving to the next one, we have Alolan Ninetales versus Dunsparce again. So let's see how they decide to handle this. Again, the best bet is charm damage right here as they decide to stay in. And we know that the Rock Slide will not one-shot, so they can easily let this go. And then they may look to swap out to try to catch the charge move, but they're going to go ahead and go for Weather Ball first, hoping to get shield pressure. If they can get a shield from Dunsparce right here, that's going to be pretty big. But the opponent decided to let it go as well. Now they're going to go ahead and shield. They can farm down with Charm in time before another Rock Slide can be thrown. And we do see a simultaneous swap out into Lantern. So the advantage is now on the opponent's side because of the 2-to-1 shield advantage that we do see. But this is actually a situation where if they get even shields, which they do, Litleo might have a better matchup in the late game because, again, we're seeing Lantern, we're seeing Dunsparce on the lead. There could very well be a Froslass in the back. I wouldn't be surprised if there is. So they're going to go ahead and go for the Thunderbolt here, and they get 2 shields, which is even better. Now, this is still going to be tough because Alolan Ninetales is going to have to put in a lot of work versus Lantern and might have to give up a shield in order to get it low enough because Lantern can one-shot it with a Surf right here. So this is going to be a very, very dangerous situation. They will be giving up their final shield, which means if there is anything other than what Litleo can hard counter in the back, they go ahead and swap. Oh man, this is going to be dangerous. Can they farm down? They can farm down in time! Litleo destroys the Dunsparce. And let's see, that Lantern's going to come in with Surf. Yeah, it is going to come in with Surf. They're going to go ahead and go for the Crunch. Now, if this, I don't know how much damage this is going to do to the Lantern. Let's see. No, definitely not enough, but they did get the defense drop right here, which means Lantern might not be able to get to 2 Surf. So Litleo can survive 1. Can it survive 2? They go for the farm down! They get the farm down! What's the final Pokemon? It's a Froslass! We called it! There is a Froslass in the back, and Litleo is going to be booming right here. There's one. Oh, this, they might actually, no, they get the Crunch in time. That was extremely close. This is going to be doing super effective damage as well. Boom! Litleo said, who was worried? Who is worried? We were able to win that one. Good game. All right, we got Skarmory here on the lead. So they actually have 2 really good answers in the back, and they're going to go ahead and swap out. And oh, there's a Venusaur in the back. That is definitely going to be tough because Venusaur can put in a lot of work both against Lantern and Alolan Ninetales. And especially since Alolan Ninetales is not the Powder Snow variant, which means it's going to be resisting those charms and be able to put a lot of charge move pressure. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to come in with Litleo to farm down. Now, they do give up a shield with the Frenzy Plant there, which is interesting because now, oh, they're giving up 2 shields. This is a very dangerous situation right here as they will be going for Surf. I'm not sure why they gave up 2 shields, but let's find out. They're going to go, oh man, this is so dangerous. They do get to another Surf, but no, the Venusaur will be able to get to the Frenzy Plant and take CMP tie right there. So now Litleo has to come in and farm down. The Alolan oh gosh. Yeah, the Litleo has to come in and farm down. Can they farm down in time? No, they cannot. Any charge move here, even if it's Frenzy Plant resisted, is still going to do a lot of damage, and there's going to be a Vigoroth in the back, and they do decide to surrender right there. That's okay. Mistakes are made. They went for a call thinking they could get that extra Surf in time, and ultimately it didn't pay off. All right, we got another Skarmory right here. They decide to do the same thing, swap out in the Lantern, and this time they are faced off with Vigoroth. So a situation where they can come out of here with shield advantage if they want to. They just need to go for a Thunderbolt right here. Okay, they're just going to go straight for the Surf. That is fine as well because the Vigoroth might opt to shield, which they do. So now this is a very, very good situation for them because the Alolan Ninetales can come in and farm down, and then the Litleo can possibly get energy advantage against whatever's going to be in the back. But they're deciding to double shield now with Lantern. We saw it before, and they are wanting hard switch advantage. It didn't pay off with the Venusaur game before, but it might pay off here against Vigoroth. They swap into Alolan Ninetales now to catch the charge move, and it is going to be the Bulldoze, so it doesn't do too much damage. Skarmory does come back in, which is perfect for them because Skarmory now is going to be forced to throw energy. Granted, I think it could have loaded up a little more. But that is okay. They do get to the Weather Ball in time. Now, it's a matter of if they're going to come in with... I mean, they should probably come in with Lantern and load up with Energy. Because they... Brave Bird? Skarmory's obviously going to go for the Brave Bird here. Oh, Litleo's going to eat it. Oh, no! They get the charge move off in time. That was about to be a Brave Bird to Litleo. And Litleo holds its ground, able to farm down. There's still Vigoroth to deal with, and it's going to be an Obstagoon in the back. This is still dangerous. They can go for a Flame Charge now, and this is boosted, so it might just do enough damage. It's not going to one-shot, but it do enough damage where it puts them within Surf range, and that's what's very important because now they have to swap out. As Cross Chop is not enough to take down Litleo, they go for the Surf here, and this is why landing that Flame Charge was so important because this Surf might just be enough. No, it's not enough. They swap out into Vigoroth, but Vigoroth does not have enough energy because they caught that Bulldoze on the Alolan Ninetales. Surf takes it out, and 1 spark, 2 sparks. Yeah, Obstagoon goes down. Good battle right there. So, what a twist of events right there. Both teams had a Skarmory lead in those final 2 battles. They faced off against the Venusaur. They tried to go for the hard switch and it didn't work out. But then the next one, they faced off against Vigoroth. They went for hard switch and then actually went to catch the charge move, keeping Lantern alive, and it did pay off. So shout out to HeyLeaf88 for sharing these battles with us. Alolan Ninetales, Lantern, and Litleo. And I do know Litleo is XL and that's pretty expensive. But I did like the play with Alolan Ninetales and Lantern. Both Pokemon you guys probably do have access to. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And like always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.